Okay, so let's have a look at what we've got today after yesterday's declines in the market, shall we? So this is the hourly chart of the ES. And the first thing to note is that initial rise yesterday morning after the open, in the S&P cash, it hit the 764 retrace of the entire move down as this moved down to the lows back in early February. And in the ES, it came literally within a point of doing exactly the same. So it is quite possible that we have all of a B wave in place. And that is also, you'll notice the 1.0 extension, this pink set of fibs here. If we count this move up as an A, B, C for a B, okay? Giving the bullish count the latitude still, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 1, 2, 3, and yesterday's move down was the 4 of the final fifth up for the wave 1 of the next 5 wave sequence to the upside to an excess of SPX 3000. And at the moment, we still don't know which one of those two is in play. Coming over to the 20-minute chart, I'm just working off support and resistance and then the structure of yesterday's move down, which was an absolute bugger, I must say, to try and fib. And I found yesterday's intraday levels harder to ascertain and work with than I have done for a long time in the ES, I must admit. So we've come down to just above this 786 fib. So that's the bottom up fibs for this last subwave. The top hit the 1887, which is fine for a 3. I would have expected the 4, therefore, to hold the 123.6. And you can see we started to do that. And then after a bounce, that gave way as well. So I'd say the idea that this is a fourth is on thin ice here. And what I'm looking for today is either this to hold and us to have a strong up day, or if it gets taken out first before we get a move back up, then I'm going to count this as the initial A wave down off the top, either of a C to much lower, where we take out the recent lows in and the larger degree fourth isn't finished, or at the very least a deep wave 2 back to at least the 618 retrace. And I've been messing around this morning trying to ascertain the count for this. It's sort of in 3s, and the best I've got is that we've got a 1, 2, 3 into the 1.0, and this is some kind of fourth before a fifth in a diagonal down if we're going lower. So I'm going to be watching 2759 to 2765, which are the 618 and 786 retraces of what would be the 3. And that would make this move up this morning off the overnight lows an A of 4, B, and then we come up higher and then roll over again. Okay, so we're at a point of, or around a point of potential inflection here in the US indices between making that last high up to just over 2800 or rolling over completely. So that's what I've got this morning from the day trading chart. This is what we've got. We've just, after the move up this morning, we've just about got to the 618 back, and now we're starting to move up again. I'm not going to touch this until it settles after the open. The subwaves and pattern are too precarious to have a strong read on this here. And that again, this move up looks to me like an A, B, C, which can either be 1 in a large diagonal to finish off the move up, or it can be the A, this move back down to the B, and then we get the C of that 4, and then roll back over again today. So we have to be on our toes more than usual over the next couple of sessions, I would think, in the ES. Let's just have a quick look at YM. YM's in exactly the same stance, and I've put again the same support area on this, including on the pro real-time IG charts for those of you that trade it there, and you can work off these levels. It's exactly the same scenario as the S&P 500, and you can see this hit here, which wasn't yesterday's high, it was the previous day's high, was a hit on the 764 retrace. But again, I'm struggling to work out the subwaves in this move down here. Best attempts is we've got a completed diagonal to the downside potentially in the Dow Jones, and it would already be ahead of the ES in terms of making its move back up. It was a retrace against the whole of the move down over the last 2 days. So again, no real consistency on a micro level between the US indices at the moment still. Bringing us on to the NDX, which held a higher level here. It held above its 1.0 extension for this final subwave and has turned back up more strongly than the other indices this morning as well. So it's also above its 786, it's above its 886 back. And I think this is the one that leads me to think we are likely to actually make that last high up. And if you look at certain stocks that tend to lead, so you look at things like Amazon, Apple, and what have you, they make up huge percentages of the ETFs that they are a part of, and those ETFs in turn make up huge proportions of the index. So when you're looking for clues underneath the hood, that's where to look. So at the moment, I'm not inclined to take the swing short position without another low that takes out this support zone here in the NASDAQ. Okay, and then day trading point of view, you can see we've already cleared the blue line that was on the early charts this morning in the forum on the NASDAQ. We are not able to do so yet if you look in the ES and the Dow Jones. Okay, coming back and looking at CL this morning, and the pattern's starting to play out. So if this is the 3, I think this is the A of this 4 down, and this move back up that we're starting to see this morning should be a retrace against yesterday's move down. Should hold below 64.24 and then roll back over down to 61.48 ideally, and then get that last high up. So I'm continuing to monitor this, and if this plays out, once we get up to 64.54 area, then again we'll be taking a swing short position in CL using SCO again. And here's the day trading chart. The B wave, I'm looking to come up here, 63.87, and then down again today is what I'm looking for. NG. So NG, I'm just going to flip over to the main site charts here. So I've got this leading diagonal up to here for the 1, ABC 2 back into the 50% retrace, another one up, this 2 hit a 764, then we've got a 1, this low this morning, early on, did hold the 618 retrace. This is the chart I posted first thing this morning in the forum when we were down here, and that looks like another 5-wave move up to me. So we're getting 1 2 1 2 1 2. This thing needs to get on and explode now to the upside. We've got getting on for too many 1 2s to the upside. So we need to see it take out 27.02, then 27 to 27.24, and we should then head up to 27.83 and 28.25 after that. So if you want to add to UGAS, for those of you that were saying yesterday you're not got a full position, look for the breakout over 27.24. Okay. If I come back now to the just day trading charts, so this actually hit on the blue line actually was the 618 this morning. There's the 1 2 3 4 5, and let's just run another set of retrace fibs. Why not? Yeah, we've held a 618 again. So at the moment we're looking for this low here to hold. You can see that's an A, B, C into this 618 again. volume spikes at the low that you want to see, and nice MACD divergences. So looking for it to take out 26.95 next. If any of you want a sort of swing stroke day trade, you can take it long here with a stop at this spike low at 26.72. So it gives you a 10-point stop right now if you want that trade. Now GC, we got a daily buy on the Hurst cycle charts that I posted this morning in GC, and it's held this 886 retrace fib back and has started to turn up. Technicals have started to turn positive. So although it's coming down at the minute, I'm rather hoping that low is going to hold from yesterday, and we're going to see a move to the upside. I have gone through and updated all of the stocks in the precious metals and miners portfolio this morning, and also posted a 20-minute video update on that sector, which I suggest any of you that are interested in this sector take a look at. We are at a very, very important point right now in the GDX and the metals in terms of defining what's going to happen over the next few weeks, and if it's to the upside, possibly for some months to come. So take a look at that for more information on that sector. In the meantime, I'm looking for the GC to hold 13.15 today and head up. Okay, that's it on the US indices. I just want to come over and look briefly at the currencies this morning, starting with the US dollar, which is starting to look a bit more like we want it to here. We've come up now and hit this 1618. Well, let me just move these. So just counting the subwaves off the recent low, which I'm looking to confirm as the bottom of that A wave, and that's an intermediate degree, so it's quite an important low. 1, 2, then a 1, 2, 3 into the 123.6, 4 that held the 618, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right into the 1618. So we're now looking for this to hold ideally 89.95, but certainly no lower than 89.50 before we head on up to 91.56. That then takes out all of the immediate overhead resistance and really does make it highly unlikely that we're going to get another swing low in the US dollar. Reciprocally, the euro came down yesterday, hit this 1887 in actual fact, then a 4. I'm looking, we've hit the 2.0, so we have enough in place, but I'm looking lower still. I want to see this 2618 down here. And if we see that, along with the dollar doing what I just outlined, when we get the retrace, we can take the swing short in the euro. And what I'd suggest for those of you interested in this trade you do is take smaller stakes and give it a slightly wider stop, because what we're looking for is this move down here to below parity with the US dollar. We're looking at thick end of 3,000 pips as a trade. Okay, so you do not need to trade hundreds of pounds per pip to take advantage of that. Cable. Now, cable has taken out this pattern here, so we're not going to get this move up for the 2. It looks to me, therefore, like the 2, excuse me, is in here, in which case we need to wait for this here, 1.3764 to get taken out, and then look for a suitable entry for the short if you want the short for the rest of this part of the move down in cable. All of this is just the wave 1. Okay, so it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the 1 of the C, and that is the 1 of this 5 of C here. So you're still going to get a 1, 2 if you want to be patient with it. Alternatively, I will look for a suitable entry that doesn't carry too much of a stop on it. US dollar JPY, looking for this strong move up to get going in this pair. I've got a 1 up to here, 2 into the 618. I can count another 1 up here. So I'm looking for this top here to get taken out at 107.68. And if I see that, that's going to get me into a long position in this. Again, you only need a small stake and give it a bit of berth on the stop. You can see the technicals here turned completely, and this thing is primed to start to take off to the upside next. And again, it's a massive trade, so you don't need huge stakes to take advantage of that. Australian dollar continues on its way down to the target we've got for it here. It can come down just to here, 77.46. So it's possible off the 4. We've got a 1, 2, 3. This is the last 4, 5, and we don't quite get down as low as I wanted. After that, I'm going to be looking for signs of it turning back up, so that we can then perhaps play this move up here. We caught the last part of this move down, didn't get the initial move off the top, but I'd quite like to get some or a decent proportion of this C wave to complete the one up at the 123.6 extension in the Australian dollar. And Bitcoin is sort of creeping on up towards the target 12,565 still, so no real change in Bitcoin. That's it for now. I will be back just before the open.